Hey, Islam family, peace and love. I want to go in real quick on status correction and why it is that people searching for status correction in general. You run into a lot of different things, and it's hard to quantify what actually is status correction. Um, and I'm not gonna really go into methods of status correction, but I'm gonna go into um, what status and status correction is, and um, how to do your own research into what is called, or what we're calling status correction, but there's actually another name for it in the more upper echelon, and I'm gonna get into that um, after I get into these definitions real quick. So first off, just status in general, and this is coming out of the online dictionary dealing with law, but it's coming from Black's Law. Second edition is what it appears. Um, the condition of persons. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper into persons and all of that in just a second. Not too deep, because most of my followers should already understand, that legal person versus natural person. Um, it also means estate. That's huge, and I'm gonna tell y'all why in just a second. Because it signifies the condition or circumstance in which the owner stands with regard to his property, and you know I could sum it up with that, just on status, and go into those couple things alone. Um, but I want to really bring up another definition. Um, Now, this one here is coming out of the Free Dictionary on legal status. This um, breaks down more individually um, a couple things that go into status, and um, things that people are trying to correct when it comes to their status. So I'm going to read a few of these definitions. Law, jurisprudence, collection of rules imposed by authority, uh, civil position, or excuse me, status position, relative position, standing to things, especially persons in a society. Um, Civil death, which a lot of Moors know as civil litim mortuus, is the legal status of a person who is alive but has been deprived of rights and privileges of a citizen or member of a society. Of society. Um, and I'm gonna get to I'm gonna skip down because citizenship, you pretty much know that. But another major one here is a non-age or minority, any age prior to the legal age. So those are the most prevalent when it comes to Moors and when it comes to status correction. So um, these all deal with, for the most part, um, your relationship in the public, but as well as the private as well. And when it comes to status correction, um, what we are calling, and not just Moors, but even people that are European in what you could call the patriot, sovereign citizen, and American national communities and things of that sort. Um, what we're all collectively doing, trying to get remedy and calling status correction in their upper echelon of people who really have millions and billions of reserve notes and value. Um, what they call it is estate planning. So let me get back in the first definition. Um, Status. It also means estate. So the people who are what you could call lawyers, barristers, or things of that sort, um, who deal in estate planning with these people in the upper echelons of holding value, they provide services of pretty much the same things that people in our lower positions are trying to do. You know, just to make it plain and simple. They're trying to find remedy, against having a lower legal status. They're beating them from that minority situation, but also they're doing things that we're doing as well, as far as when it comes to um, you wouldn't call it tax evasion; it's legally called tax avoidance. Um, as far as how the Moors, we're proclaiming our nationality and the benefits behind that, um, they're doing the same thing on the other side too, except for um, they're using it, for banking purposes and hiding wealth and things of that sort. So when they go off and get these Swiss and offshore bank accounts and things of that sort, they're also um, getting citizenship in these places so that they're either no longer a U.S. citizen or a dual citizen, things of that sort. So they're able to um, operate with tax treaties and things of that sort, things that we're all very familiar with, um, you know, in our genre of study. These same things are going on. It's just it's more of an on the individual basis that we're learning it versus they're paying people, big money to handle these things, for them. But it's all relative. Like I say, same things are going on. It's just um, are you conscious enough to be applying these things or not? Because people living, on the tops of societies are, you know, whether they're studying it or they're paying someone to study it and to apply it for them, you know, it's getting done one way or the other. So, um, we have Moors and, some people that um, doubt and have lots of contradictions when more say you need to correct your status, you know, and I'm gonna have to get into another video going in directly on what status correction is because um, these things in estate planning that we call status correction, uh, there's different elements. Some are public and some are private, and depending on how you operate and how you plan on continuing to operate, um, really determines it. And you know, this is what I'm breaking down. I realized I had to do a video on this because I actually break this subject down all the time with people privately in consultations, and it's not necessarily private information. Um, so there would be no major implications, I don't think, from a massive consciousness and awakening of people going out and researching estate planning. And really, um, for the people that have already clicked off and, you know, um, jump ship because, they think I'm boring or something and don't want to really get this information, gonna miss out. But really, the best way to research this information is to search for international estate planning. Um, and you'll find out a lot more things that are more relevant to the Moors in particular, even though it won't be under the names of Moors. It'll be the things that we deal with more um, because of our foreign status, you know. So, that'll be extremely beneficial to anyone who is stuck around to hear the last little bits of this video. But I really do appreciate it, y'all. I'm going to get out of here. Peace and love, family. Islam.